Alright, so we're going through cleaning some of this stuff out and just trying to liquidate and get rid of things that I don't need, like this storage unit. In here trying to get this thing cleaned out, which has not been going very easy. Today's my last day. And yeah, I've been scrubbing on that for about a half an hour. So if you have any advice on getting that stuff out, let me know. And this thing, we're getting my brother's truck going. He's gonna be here in a little bit. So I got him a lock and I got him bolts for the hitch. The shank comes all the way through and then actually protrudes a little bit, which is where the extra spacing comes in. We also have the four-wheel drive thing gutted. I put a switch in here and it actually fits really good. I might try to work with that. That would be cool. That should be about it. I don't know, probably gonna have to pay the fee, because whatever. But you guys can see, I'm like I said, I'm in the process of liquidating pretty much everything. You guys missed what was over here. There was a steam train, but everything I pretty much have besides the trailer and this truck is for sale, and my other truck. So this thing needs to go. I'm tired of looking at it. It does leak a little bit of tranny fluid, as you guys can see. I have this thing dropped down to like $2 grand if somebody wants it. Like, it has a brand new rotors, wheel bearings, tires are decently new. The fronts are a little worn, and then I also did, yeah, brakes, wheel bearings, and axles. They're all done. Need this thing gone. Somebody take it. $2 grand. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't have a use for it. It's costing me money. Probably gonna start tearing this thing apart. I have someone who's interested in the exhaust, which I'll have to get down at some point, which I might just try to get that today, honestly. But all that's all said and done, I'm gonna leave the rear end on this thing as is, because I feel like this thing's a complete truck. So that's what I'm gonna work with. I might, I didn't realize this. I am gonna end up taking 2 of the spacer blocks out of this and reverse leveling it. I didn't realize that there was spacer blocks in there. So we have 3 leaf packs, 1 on the bottom and then 1 on the top. So this thing's gonna get a 2-inch, what do you call them? The drop shackle, and I'm gonna reverse level it. So we'll see just how low we can get this thing, and then we'll throw a set of airbags in it. So that should work out pretty good. And soon we will pressure wash this thing. This thing needs to go first. Once this thing goes, we'll pressure wash this thing, including the bed. So, and if I can't sell this bed, then I'll probably just put the mega cab flares. If you guys can see, there is a locomotive over there. I don't want to make it super obvious, but yeah, this thing's just pretty much being a storage unit right now. Still no engine, no tranny. The engine for this thing I posted up for about $1,500, but yeah, so liquidate everything. So now I'm gonna head to the shop. I would like to wash the truck, but there's no air filter on it. Look how nice this thing looks now. Like, it's just coming together pretty good. Still looking for a set of Hemi springs in the front so we can drop it, but besides that, I got all of the wiring cleaned up. I put the gauges, they're wired into the radio now. So like, everything is just clean. Like, you come in here into the fuse box, I don't think I have a single out of fuse in here. So, and I left these 2 wires here because these are gonna be, I'm gonna have to rewire the AC. So these are just a temporary. For what it is, the VGT controller is doing absolutely well. You guys can hear in the video that it really screams, but that's because there's no air filter. I don't think I have any boost leaks. I hope I don't have any boost leaks, but this thing spools like 38 pounds, like, just flawlessly. If anyone wants to know what my EGTs are, because I refuse to buy an EGT gauge, I will replace the boost gauge, because this thing is absolute crap. Like, every time I hit it, it doesn't sit at 0. I've zeroed it out yesterday. I came home and it sat at 5. When I shut the truck off, I'm getting rid of the glow shift boost gauge, but the oil pressure and fuel pressure have been perfect. So I'm thinking about just putting an EGT gauge right here, getting rid of the boost gauge in general, because we know what the boost is. There's no point in me having this anymore. And yeah, maybe I'll get a different boost gauge from someone else, but these gauges match the dash pretty well. Other than that, we should be back on the road sometime Monday, which will be great. We'll be local every day. Going to be working on getting a new trailer, either a 35 foot or in between a 30 and a 40 footer. So I'm going to try that. and just stay local with freight. Yes, we found a new company, a legitimate company that is not like the last company, because like everything sounded like it was good and then they just kind of went AWOL. And this is why I don't mention company names until after I get with them. But you know, an answer of, hey, why, an answer would have been nice for, hey, why aren't you, rather than just not answering the calls and texts and whatnot. So I could care less. I had, like I said, about 9 companies. It was 9 that were offering, so I'm good with that. Truck is all set up, it is ready to go. Body work will be done sometime in the summer. I have that scheduled. Back seats all in. The more I've been working on this thing, the more I like this truck. So I'm gonna be switching some things out today. We'll get this thing worked. I'm gonna go get some food. We're gonna work on the other Hotshot truck and keep going. So we will be back to work pretty soon. All right, so we got, what was this, 14,000 pound hitch. You got the pintle. 13? You got the lock. This is 14,000. Is it? We got, I went and got him the locking hitch pins and these. And then anti-seize. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. Like I said, we got the pins. You guys can see when the pin goes in, the shank comes the whole way through. That's what you want. You can cut the pins off at the end if you want. But he's got this. We'll throw this in. So we're gonna get everything installed. He's pretty much, basically you just hold the camera. And then we'll anti-seize pretty much all of this. So, that's how I do it. Lock washer. This side. I'll put it on the bottom because why the fuck not? And we'll also take this one here. Lock washer.
So why did you get this for my neighbors? Or why did I get this for my neighbors?
Do what?
This is gonna disappear if I don't take it off.
No, it's not. You have locks.
Oh, cool.
What do you mean? This is a lock. So, yeah. We'll get this thing installed.
I pull this off now.
You'll want to pull that out.
How much do you
Be
weigh?
very careful with it. Because now...
Joy.
Oh, Josh, no.
It'll be fine.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, don't put that in yet.
Oh, yeah, true.
You want to put this on first. Stick it in the hole. And then stick it in. Alright. Alright, so, no, don't. I hate anti-seize. Oh, my phone's on the ground. I dropped a phone.
Weird.
Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna toss that in, and then you can get this thing pretty tight with these bolts down here. So this is basically gonna ride up on the top there. So all right, so this is why, first of all, you use one of these things, but secondly, you use bolts. Okay, look how tight this is. Not how tight this is, because we didn't get this tight yet, but look how tight this thing is. Like, you aren't moving that. So I put it in the top position because he made a good point about bottoming out in the shop, which he's probably gonna do that anyway now, but at least the ball's not gonna be the reason he does it. We're gonna try to get these things like adjusted and whatnot, but I do like them, but I don't, but we're gonna get them centered up real quick and we'll see if we like them. If we don't, then I'll let him figure out if he wants to use them or not.
Burn a hole in it.
Hey, there you go. He doesn't like them. I don't know. I think I'm over the look of them too, but I'm not going to tell him that.
I don't like them.
That was perfect. So yeah, this is for a 2.5 inch thing. We couldn't get it straight, so someone may or may not have pounded some rocks in there to get it to stay straight. But definitely, I don't know. You said you don't like them?
No.
Okay, he doesn't like them. But for the sake of the video, they're gonna stay on. His face. The disappointment. Alright, going through, had to fix the bulbs, which I just replaced the LED with a regular halogen, and that one was bad too, so whatever. So I'll get that replaced when I get home, but there is a cord in here I need to grab. Alright, just went through. We should have every light should be working. And the 4-way's on. So I replaced these front two with regular halogens again, because the LEDs just cause problems. We got this light back here working. Every light back here. So I do just need to go and get a new center light up there, because I don't like this one, especially with how dark it is now that it's like tinted. Look at this. I'm going to turn the cargo light on. This is all the more you get. So used to not work, so it wasn't a big deal before, but now that it all works, I like to be able to see. So I also got to trim some of these bolts down. I haven't used this 5th wheel hitch yet with the new bolts that I just put in. And besides that, it'll be good. I do want to clean this thing out, so I might go give it a car wash today. I also, like, if somebody can send me a 2, that would be great, so I can replace one of these. Should I do 2x4 or should I do 4x2? You guys let me know. But somebody send me a 2 or let me know where I can get one, and we'll go from there. But everything, you know, it seems to be doing good. There's no tranny leaks and whatnot. The only oil this thing leaks is, well, there's your dots. So definitely doesn't matter how many times you fix oil leaks on these Cummins engines. They always are going to find ways to leak oil. All right, so there was a shifter here, and little things like this bother me, and someone made mention of that and sent me one of these. So appreciate you. You know who you are. Sorry, I'm not really good with names with everybody. Too many people to remember. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so there's that, and I'm going to replace this guy with this, because this is actually what came with my truck originally. I think I left it in Justin's truck. Sorry about that. And yeah, when I was going to steal his 4-wheel drive shifter and swap to a different transfer case, but now we're full 2-wheel drive. All right, that's in. Basically, you guys can see the difference here. This is the other one. So I think I've already since thrown out the 4-wheel drive shifter, but this I'm going to throw right in the recycle tub. So get rid of that. I'm going to get the vacuum out and start cleaning this stuff out. I'll go from there. I noticed this camera too lags a little bit when you switch. Like if I decide to hit a different zoom button, it likes to lag. So figuring that out. All right, so I got pretty much everything cleaned out, you know, for what it is. It's not the best thing in the world, but definitely cleaner, especially back under here. Like no more chicken nuggets underneath the seats and whatnot. And also cleaned out the bed for the most part. So vacuumed out everything I possibly could. And yeah, still haven't done that yet. I got to do that. I'm going to fix the door now, and I'm going to get a new key and fob made. So this key, actually, the one that I have doesn't work in this door, so I haven't been able to lock the truck. So that kind of sucks. Well, I can't use, even if I fix this key, which I'm going to do now, I'm going to make the thing. I still have to, I lost the key that works for the ignition and the door, so I only have a key that works for the door. So I'm just going to get 2 new keys made up and a fob. We'll go from there. But yeah, everything else pretty much neatened up. Like I'm trying to make it as factory looking and working as possible. So, I mean, all the wiring's pretty decent. You know, I might do a little bit better on that. I do, like the red wire I'm going to take care of at some point. Probably should get a better alternator if I'm going to do that as well. Alright, so while we got time, we're messing with the body work. So got this door perfect. Look at that. Perfect lines all the way down. Everything's perfect at the bottom. This door is perfect and staying exactly where it's at. This one is the one I really got to work with. Forgot to get this out of the hinge. Whoops. But You guys can see it always drops, and it'll also make contact with that door now that this one's straight, because I just straightened this one, but got rid of the ugly pinstripe, and I also got rid of the ugly Ram 1500 right there. So I'm trying to debate on the tailgate while I got the heat gun out, 4x2 or 2x4. I kind of like the 4x2 because 2x4 reminds me of wood, so 4x2 I think I want to do. I don't know though, or I might just take the whole thing off. I don't know yet, but no D badge though, because I like the Laramie badge, because this is a Laramie truck. So, I don't know. Might just order a 2. Decisions. But yeah, I'm gonna get this next door straight. I'm no body guy, but I got the back door perfect, which back door is the easy door. It's lining the front door up with the fender and with the back door. This is gonna be an interesting task. All right, lock is good. Gaps are all good. Maybe went a little crazy with this one, but opens, closes, gaps, perfect. That is perfect. No more badge, no more pinstripes. I think that's pretty good. I think the next step, start. You have that sander over here? All right, so I got pretty much every one of these sanded down. Now he's gonna do the Bondo and the fiberglass and basically anything that needs to be done to fill these in, because I have 2, one here, this one looks a little cracked, and then one here. So this is all gonna have to get gone over, but it's all flat now. So I don't know the extent of what I'm gonna take this. This is just basically, hey, I'm home and I have a lot of extra time. I just figured I didn't have anything else to do today, so I'm like, I see him over there doing body work, so I'm like, why don't I sit over here and do some body work? So you guys can see, like, I got the apple and all that. I'm not worried about any paint damage because obviously it's gonna be getting painted, but you can see the difference. Like, look at all the little nubs that are sticking out. And then you come over to this side, and would you look at that? It's all flat now. So if I had some black paint, I'd throw it on as a temporary. I think I have some black paint. I'm gonna have to see. But I might try to cover that. But let me get the other side going, and let's move on. I think the other side, one of these is even better. So the other side, I won't have to worry about that as much. But this stuff's been holding up a lot better than people have told me it would. So, because I've been driving around with it, haven't had an issue. So we'll see, because I filled in the backside a lot, especially this one here. So hopefully this side is a little bit better, but you know, mistakes happen and nobody's perfect. But this is the most, if any, body work that I've ever done. So cut me some slack, learning something new. Boop. All right. So, like I said, everything is done now. I just got the fender liner back in. All of this is, you know, I took a heat gun to it to get it to dry a little faster. Obviously, it's temporary, just enough so that when I drive down the road, it's not going to rust. So I did spray a little bit of paint over it, but yeah, I think everything's good. So the bedside, I do want to make this as perfect as possible. I was kind of losing a little bit of motivation there, and I was thinking that I was just going to end up going and buying another bed, but luckily I did it this way because it literally cost me like $3 worth of paint and a flap disc. Like, I literally just, here's the flap disc, and here's the angle grinder I used to do it. So, bedside will all be perfect. Again, no, this will get fixed, obviously. Actually, I should throw a coat of paint on that, I think. But this is not getting fixed. I am leaving that. That is a battle scar. Just threw, he had some of this left, not very much, so I'm gonna get him a can. Look at that. No cares, just throwing it on there, throw the heat gun at it. So now we have, if you guys look at it from a distance, it actually looks pretty dang good. So we still got to paint this fender. That'll come. I remember the door, I smacked it on that, so I did throw a little bit of paint right here after straightening that out. But again, it's a work truck. I am never going to make this thing perfect, but I am going to do the bed sides and like make that perfect. But like any of this stuff else, like, I'm not going to make any of this perfect. So I think everything came out pretty dang decent. And I really do like that there's no wiring in here anymore. I do need, let me know, listen to that butter. Let me know if you guys can find me a switch that'll fit in this, or if you know anybody. If not, I can just use this and like fill in the sides. I don't know, but I kind of do like the idea of having that in there. But other than that, everything's good. Everything, listen to this. Butter. So before I go out Monday, I do want to change the tranny fluid just because I've been running it around and it is an old tranny. So definitely want to do that. I don't know, not too bad for a budget build. Let me get back here and show you. Yeah. So not too bad.